Hello everybody, I just wanna welcome you to my presentation about phenomenon of sudden death. This phenomenon that includes men and animals. We can know him from Aborigines that call him voodoo. But not just today Aborigines, but we can find voodoo in many cultures in the history of our world. We can find it in Australia or Africa when people believed that Shan can curse them and made them die. That interested Dr. Kurt Richard, so he made the experiment, which is based on the experiment from year 1953 by Dr. Gordon Kennedy, who studied sodium metabolism of rats on very high salt diet. To perform this experiment, he had to cut a rat's whiskers, so he used electrical clippers. But after whiskers were removed, the rats started to behave very differently. And after a few hours, Red died. 2 years later, new study was made. It was aimed on correlation between swimming time of rats and temperature of water. But some of the rats died instantly after a few minutes. But other rats swam about few hours, some of them even 81 hours. No one knows why some of the rats died instantly. Solution came later, with the phenomenon of sudden death. Dr. Richter wanted to know if the rats with clipped whiskers would swim as well as the rats without the clipped whiskers. So he took domestic rats, the wild rats, and the combined rats, and he clipped all the whiskers with electrical clipper. Only few of domestic rats died in few minutes after they were put in the jar with the water. Most of them swam for the hours. Hybrid rats behaved pretty much same, but all of the wild rats died in 1 to 15 minutes after they were put into the jar with the water. Whiskers are very important for the rats. They use them for contact with outside world. So Richter thought that losing the whiskers so stressful for the rats, especially the wild ones, they lost their hope and they died due to that. He tried more things, like holding the wild rats in the bag with no possibility of escape. Some of the rats died that way, so he just included more factors to his study. Most of the rats died by the combination of factors, holding in hands and throwing them into the jar with the water with no possibility of escape. But those rats still had the whiskers. In that combination, when the whiskers were removed, all of the wild rats died instantly after a few minutes. So the answer is, why those rats died? They thought that it's because of adrenaline, so the accelerating of their heart beat, so they use electrocardiogram records for the rats. It showed that the heart rate is slower, not the faster. Ultimately, the heart stopped in diastole. But Richter needed something to support his opinion that it's because the animals just gave it up. So he tried to catch the rats and free them again, and put them in the jar with the water and then take them out. When he repeated for a few times, the rats had much higher survival rate. Like the wild rat, primitive man, when freed from the voodoo, is said to recover almost instantaneously, even though he had recently seen more dead than alive. So these observations suggest that the sudden death phenomenon may be one-time occurrence both in rats and man in particular circumstances. So in summary, a phenomenon of sudden death has been described that occurs in man, rats, and many other animals, apparently as a result of hopelessness. This seems to involve overactivity, primarily of the parasympathetic system. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.